Do you know, there are moments in my career I will never, ever forget, and this has to be one. So I am playing that track. A member of management who I've never seen dance before, and she'll hate me saying this, so I won't name her, came in and taught me a dance that is unbelievable whilst that was blaring out. And I'm saying to my producer, is Jessie on the way? Because we've got 10 seconds. And then the door opens and in you walk. Oh, that was perfect timing.
It.
How amazing is that track?
It makes you feel good, right?
Oh my goodness.
I can't, it's really hard to perform because I just want to dance.
It's just fantastic. And we have loads of cabbies listen to this. And I always think of them when they're driving around
tapping
listening
along
to
on the
whatever
side
track.
of the door.
And the thing is, Jessie, I was playing David Cassidy before the news and I went, I have to get this over before Jessie comes in because she's going to hear me playing out David Cassidy and think, what on earth is this?
No, it's good. Different types.
It's
good.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Listen, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So #1 in America. I mean, this is extraordinary as well, isn't it? That you are such a hit over there because loads of people, I was saying, not even David Beckham, made it in America.
No, it's a massive country. Like, I think people underestimate that it takes a lot of time, and effort. And I've been there and I've obviously Domino was probably my biggest chart moment for statistics, I would say, but people know price tag. But I broke my foot and lost a lot of time out there when I was supposed to be there. So I felt like this is almost like a second chance.
How did you break your foot?
I broke my ankle about 3 years ago. I fell off a revolving platform in Hills and I crushed my ankle bone and had to have reconstructive ankle surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a bone transplant and everything.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad. But,
I was going to say, because you need to take, listen to me, loads of fish oil for that. So
no, I do. I am very...
And also because, see, your image, I always amazed because you are so tall and leggy. You have these amazing legs that you need heels. Can I just, first of all, first question I want to ask is that green dress at the Man of the Year was amazing.
Thank you.
That was, who was the designer?
That was a vintage Jean-Paul Gaultier that I bought in LA 2 years ago that I Instagrammed. And I was like, I don't know where I want to wear it. And I just felt like, I was like, this is the time. My mum was with me when I bought it and I just wanted to wear it. I was like, how about we wear this? Because there was loads of dresses that I had sent and I was like, I just feel like I'm in this mood. I just want to wear green.
You sort of reinvent yourself again and again because when I originally met you over at Radio 2, you'd shaved your head.
Yes.
And your dog had weed in Sally Traffic's.
Oh, I know.
Can I also just let you into secret? I was presenting in Birmingham NEC at the weekend with Ben Fogle, a dog thing, and it all went a bit wrong. So I needed to fill, and they said, "Oh, tell me a funny story." And I went, "Oh, well, you won't believe what happened to Jessie J's dog in Radio 2." And then I thought,
he's famous.
I know, and I thought, oh no, this is going to be everywhere tomorrow. So now you, in that green dress, you were like full Hollywood. It was.
Oh, thank you. You know what? We'd landed from LA the night before. And I was so jet lagged, I'd hardly slept. And myself and my manager were like falling asleep at the table. I don't know how I got through the red carpet and got ready. You know, when you're kind of in a whirlwind,
Yes.
It was like a dream. But it was so amazing to be there. It was a really, really, GQ Awards are always fun.
It was wonderful, but also on Good Morning Britain, they played clips of you, and I just thought, how did you keep it where it was, the breast tape or whatever?
Well, you kind of need breasts for it to be a risk. So, yeah, that's probably why it stayed. But no, double-sided tape is like the most amazing thing that's ever been invented. And you know what? I'm young and why not?
Now, social networking is massive to you.
Yes.
You see, this is the generation gap between you and me. I'm sort of forced to do it for my job, and I'm not very good. I'm a bit creaky, and it's part of your life, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important that I understand that there's hundreds of thousands of fans around the world that all are on different time zones, and I respect that because I travel and I feel that you don't want to miss out. And when you wake up, the first thing you can go to that you know is a core place where I'm going to, you know, tell news or share stories and stuff, new music, is my Instagram or my Twitter. So I kind of use it as almost like a core relationship for me and everyone around the world to respect the fact that there are fans everywhere.
And you have sent 16,500 tweets since you started. Did you know that?
That's a lot of thumb
That is a lot of thumb action. And I'm going to ask the inevitable now, is that, you know, it is the internet, it offers up loads of good, you know, very, very good comments and negative comments.
Yeah,
I actually have never seen anything negative. I'm not trying to butter you up. No, I really haven't. But is that a fear, you know, when you sort of look on to any feedback that you might get stuff?
You know what, right? Me and my dad talk about this all the time because he really helps me understand how to look at it without becoming put down by negative comments. If I walked into a restaurant and I went and sat at every single table, whether I'm famous or not, there would be people that I wouldn't want to like me because I don't like them, you know? And point. I feel that people forget that just because I do what I do, it doesn't mean that you cannot make everyone happy. You cannot live a life that everybody will agree on, because otherwise no one would be in love, because we'd all look the same. You know?
Are so right.
So I kind of ignore it, and when there is anything negative, of course there's a big difference between negative and constructive. So I'll always look at the constructive and go, actually, I kind of agree with that. Let me reflect. And I'm very open for people to have constructive criticism on me, you know, if I know of you. But I think I think it's the same as any job. I really do. I think that in hairdressing, you know, in plumbing, I'm sure there are people that people don't like or that say mean things. But in my job, because you add the fame to it, people can put it out there and it's straight to my phone and I see it. But that doesn't mean I have to let it in.
We've got an email from a listener, Steve, who says, Jessie said something amazing on stage last night. Where were you last night?
iTunes Festival.
Oh, you were the iTunes, of course you went to. Right, she simply said, I have learned how to let go, adding, I realise not everyone will like you. What an amazingly honest thing to say, he says. I mean, has that come with age, do you think? Do you think it did matter when you were younger?
I think that I was young and very naive in that you live and you learn. And I know that saying sounds so simple, but it's not. It's because it's so used that people kind of don't actually look at the meaning of it. When I first put out music, when I was doing shows and gigging, I was 17 years old. I'm nearly 27. So I've learned that you have your group of friends because you choose who your friends are. I can't choose my fans, and I can't make people like the way I live. I have to, if people want me to be real, I have to be myself. That can't be in how they want me to be. Being a role model isn't being dictated by people that you've never met and living the way they want you to live. So of course I'm going to wear things or say things or date people or sing things that people don't like. But that doesn't mean that it's no different with my mum and my dad and my sisters. You know, there are things that they say and they go, I didn't like when you did that, and I didn't like when you did that. But we would all be the same if we did the same thing. So I definitely feel that I've learned to let go, and I've accepted myself. I think I've been single for a long time, for the first time in a long time. And I know that sounds, again, a bit cliche, but I think for a woman, I think however much we say that we're independent, I think we enjoy being in love. And I think for me, for the last kind of year or so, I've really learned to love myself. And I think I'm giving the best of myself to the world.
It's so weird you said that. The hour we were filling before you came in, or not filling, broadcasting, was on that topic, you know. Are you happy in your own company?
100%.
Because
you
you're
need
the
to enjoy
third
your own
sister,
company.
aren't you? You've got two academic sisters.
Both older than me.
And very clever. You're very clever, but in a very...
I'm articulate, but thick, as my dad says.
No, gosh, you're not. And you know, the word honesty is used with you again and again. And on The Voice, I stopped watching it when you left. For your honesty, you just said it as it was. I just thought, how refreshing.
I think honesty is the most important thing.
But also, Jessie, I do think, without buttering you up, your voice, I mean, we heard that track that we were playing when you came in. Your voice is extraordinary. It is so strong. I said to the producer, look, if we can't get the CD player to work, open the window because everyone can hear her. You have such strength in your voice. A lot of people, I think their insecurities come because they're wondering whether the instrument is actually going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, I mean, I always talk about inside out and outside in. There are two types of artists. There are the ones that really have a talent and really work on it and dedicate their life on it and change their diet, the way they live, to dedicate their time to their fans, for their voice to be as good as it can be all the time, and then build their fame on that and always start from the core. And then there's the artists that just want the lifestyle and try and create some sort of something to hold on to. And I live for my voice. Like, anyone that knows me knows that I'm the person that people call for, like, vocal help, because touch wood, I very rarely lose my voice, and I don't think people realise that I don't mime. I sing everything live, and even though I have people saying to me, you're going to probably have to lip sync sometimes because you won't be able to do the sheer amount of work you're being asked of and flying, but when I come to that, I'll come to that. But for now, I literally feel that my fans, they're spending their money that they're working hard for on my music, and they're coming to my shows, and they've, you know, got a babysitter and they need to catch the last train, and I just feel like it's respectful for me to be as good as I can be for them. And I train every day. I do breathing exercises, I warm up before every show, I rehearse whenever I can, and I hope that people are starting to see that all I've ever tried to be is consistent.
I have a top tip for you off air, which I don't dare give you on an afternoon show on air, and it's not what you're all thinking. That someone who opened in the West End anyway, she told me how she relaxes her throat, and it's a fantastic tool, which I should tell you. Okay. It is amazing. I'll tell you about off air, because I know I've talked to you about steaming before. I'm always going on about a steaming pot.
I love steaming.
I know, but I can hear in your voice how strong it is, so you won't, you know, it's
but it takes a lot of things. I don't think I realise how many things I've adapted into my life. Like, I don't have dairy, I don't have gluten, no, I don't really have sugar, I don't have caffeine, I don't have alcohol.
I know I haven't got you for long, so I'm going to read this out. There's loads of people have emailed, but this was the first one that came in. This is from Mick, who's listening in Forest Gate.
Hello, Mick.
Dear Joe, by sheer chance, my 13-year-old autistic daughter Bertha is sick today, and she's off college, and she's a massive, dare I say, obsessive Jessie J fan. She saw her at the O2 and Sandown Park and had a great time. When she heard that Jessie was going to be on your show, she has suddenly improved health-wise. Maybe Jessie should be available on prescription. I just wanted to ask if Jessie could give Bertha a mention. She'd be completely made up, and can you tell Jessie that she completely rescued Robin Thicke on Calling All Hearts? Great dance tune. So you want to say hello to
name's Bertha?
Yes.
Hello, Bertha. Thank you for your support, and I hope that you feel better. Make sure you rest and stay hydrated.
Yes, stay hydrated. Can I also say that I've only ever been invited to the Brits party once when you were there. Do you remember when it was in the Bank of England or in the Vault or something?
Yes.
And you were so amazing, because there I am, the oldest person probably in that whole set. I was nearly there. And I just said, how's your dog? And you said, oh, I need to ask you something about Jackson, because I don't know had he been ill or something? I think he had.
No, he had been ill, yeah.
Yes.
He's fine now.
He's fine now. But do you remember I'd sent you off with a dried treat of raw hide, and then I'd woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking, I do hope that he was old enough to eat that treat, because as puppies they can get it stuck in
I
there.
didn't give it to him straight away. I waited until he was older.
Might you get another
dog? Do you know what? I want to get a Pomeranian.
Oh, they're so cute.
But, like, it looks like a teddy bear.
Yes,
but maybe when I've got like a house. Because
do you not have a house?
And I'm not travelling so much. No, I don't have a house at the moment. But when I'm not travelling so much, but Jackson stays between like friends and family, so I see him when I can. But
this is a French bulldog, by the way.
Heart.
And I put down the popularity of the French bulldog to Jessie J, because since you got Jackson, everybody's got
everyone's got a great one.
Yes, but I think Pomeranians, because the Americans clip them so they're like little teddy bears.
That's so cute.
So they look fantastic. This is from Mark in Barnet, who says, hey Jessie, you are a real person, keep it up.
Thank you.
I'm now going to play, because we've run out of time, I'm now going to play the second track on this. So your album is out on the 13th
of October, yes.
We were playing the single, which it was Bang Bang. I'm now going to play the next single, which is Burning Up.
Woo!
And that is track 2. Can we dance to it, Jessie?
Of course we can, yes.
Can I just say how fantastic I think your hair is as well?
Thank you.
And also, how wonderful is it to know that you look great bald? I mean, isn't it? It's always
I
there.
look like my dad bald.
No, you didn't. Jessie, thank you so much for coming in.
It's how you wear it. Women, if you're listening, just be yourself.
We're going to dance. I'll tell you now about this vocal warm-up. Oh, right. There is a photo of Jessie, actually, and also I'm just looking at the pictures of her dog now. We'll be back after the news. Oh, she's late. Jessie, we've got time to talk.
Okay, let's do it.
So listen, we're just talking about your dog at the moment, who's with a friend's dog, which is the perfect situation, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's got a little friend and he's hanging out and going to the river and... Yeah,
and this
bless him.
No, it's amazing. I love looking at dog pictures. When people show me their children, I just sort of blank out.
No, she's called Angela, so let me give her a shout out. She's amazing, looking after Jackson for me while I'm away.
Yes, because to hand your dog over to someone else is such a responsibility.
Oh, she's been amazing.
Thank you.
She sends me videos of him. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, show me a video. Here's... How about that then? What a talent. So lots of you applauding her. This is from Robin, who says, what a star-studded week. Jessie J popping in like that. I was never keen on her music until then, but I absolutely love her. And I love her down-to-earth honesty. And what a great album. What wonderful tracks. We were just grooving on in there. I honestly, it's really weird when you have somebody turning up who hasn't arrived by the time you've played their track. You just think, no, this could all go very wrong, because if it works perfectly, you play the track, and then at the end of the track, they're sitting in front of you. And we had 10 seconds left on that, and I didn't think she was in the building, and then she just burst in. Wonderful. And I've just watched all of the videos of her dog, Jackson. It's a gorgeous dog as well, actually. So now, what were we talking about? So she was taught. Now, this is really interesting. She said that because she is now single, she can focus a lot more on her career. And I think that goes for a lot of people. We do become distracted when we fall in love, don't we? I wonder how long that actually lasts. They say when love sends you mad, when you become distracted, when you fall in love, you take your eye off the ball. Or does it actually make you more focused because you're more open and warm and approachable? I don't know. But she said she's happy in her own skin. She's happy with herself, and that she owes her fans fitness, that her voice is good, that she's in perfect condition, which she certainly looked. A lot we could say about that. And we're also talking about being the third child. She's got 2 older sisters. She says she's the thickie, they're the academic one.